Hey, this is Wyatt. In this video, I cover 6 really awesome templates with Canva that you can use as a content creator to basically pull your audience in and get them to take action. Nothing is worse than having somebody just give a fake email address for a free PDF download. But you can offset all that by creating a workbook and a video to go along with it. It basically walks through the same thing you would use within your PDF, but makes it a lot more useful. So using these Canva templates will get you there much faster. Check it out.
The first one is my favorite, and this has to do with magazine templates or magazine covers. They call them covers, and some of them are just covers, but there are a couple in here that give you more than just a cover. They give you a complete setup. Let me show you what I mean. If you go here and preview this template, they don't just have a cover, but they have other pages that you can actually use. So that's great because not only can you use the cover, but all these other pieces to create an opt-in or whatever else you've got as a download to help your audience, with a quick, challenge or online course. So these are great to look through, and the magazine covers are really nice. And like I said, some of them are going to have, as you preview the template, this one just has the cover itself. But there are a few that'll have more than a cover, so they're great to use. So those are the magazine covers. They're really easy to use. Obviously, just like with any other thing within Canva, you're really just going in and updating the text and images and all the layouts done for you. So magazine covers are great. Now, along with magazine covers are infographics. Yeah, infographics, of course, can get really complicated, but what's great about them are the visuals and the explanation. And oftentimes this can be a framework or shortcut for people to use, to print out, and then, as they get lost in the weeds of doing whatever task you've got outlined in your online course or challenge, having a map laid out within an infographic is a great way to keep them on task and going from the next thing in your lineup for your online course or challenge. So a bunch of these are great to use. And again, you can go in and preview to see if it's going to work for you. A lot of these are longer, so it's kind of harder to see. But you can go in and use something, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But they're longer than a lot of the usual templates. So if you have a long process or framework, these infographics work out well. I've used this one before. It's a state guide. But it's great because it has, 6 tasks and explanation. I find the explanations are, of course, going to be the more helpful. You can have all the images in the world. If you don't have something to go along with that as a reminder, it's not going to be as helpful. So the whole idea, of course, of any of these is to make it easier or faster for someone to do the task. Here's another one. These are lesson plan templates. Now, a lot of these are not going to be something you're going to use because they're, they're for end up being for kids. But you'll see some others that are like, you'll have this one here like as in a meal plan, or this one here. So any of these, the lesson plans, you really have to dig through a bit more than the others because there's going to be a lot there for younger kids and teachers. Another one is the daily planner. And what's great about this is that it often will involve some checklists. Checklist is along with an explanation, is a great way to just have a reminder. It makes everything succinct. You could have a video or a bunch of videos, and those are longer to watch through. But if someone just needs a quick refresher or a reminder, or a place to keep things, keep themselves on tasks, then these work great to basically have an explanation, the task, and then maybe some notes. Great for research, but these daily planner is a great one to use, and use a bunch of these in conjunction with each other. Anything to make it, again, faster or easier. The next one I really like is Storyboards. Of course, Storyboards are used for video scenes, and so you can definitely use it for that. It can also be used, of course, for how-to, and so you can have an image and then the explanation of what to do. And this can make it easier. Like, let's say you had a 6-day challenge and you have an image showing, and then that day of the challenge, what they need to get done. And so it just puts your roadmap all in one place and makes it a little more visually interesting than some of the other ones that are, such as the workbook or the task list. So these are actually a lot of fun, and can also be used for your video. Like if you're going to create a video, it's great having kind of a template or outline. So you can go and say you've got your usual videos and you always want to have the same sort of scenes in there. You can have that as a video template, and it's one that's great to use. The last one is a workbook, and some of these again, aren't as useful, but others are. Like check out this one here, and it has full explanations, almost like a little mini book. And along with that, those explanations, there are tasks, descriptions, checklists, and so on. So this one's a great one, especially this one right here, where you have your task description, and then you can just check it off. So it's great at boiling down exactly what needs to get done. And this one too, task and then the time frame to do it in. So definitely a great one, these workbooks. But all 6 of these, in conjunction, either using one of them or in conjunction with each other, will give you great mileage in terms of getting your audience to take action. Because that's one of the hardest things to do. You could have a free PDF that they end up downloading, and it just sits there gathering dust on a hard drive. And with the workbooks, they're a lot more useful. And you put them in conjunction with a video, and you've got something that people will take action with instead of just thinking they got it and then they download it and never actually read it. One great tip is to just have a workbook, free workbook, and then on the thank you page, you explain the workbook and how to use it. In order to use the workbook, they're watching your video, and then you can have a call to action to something else that you think that they will, of course, want to purchase. So great lineup for this, and this way you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just end up really, like let's say you use this template. All these templates pretty much work the same. All you're doing is swapping out, the background image here, changing the text, and it's really like the rest of Canva is really easy to use. One place to go, of course, for images is with Pixabay, because they're free, even with commercial use. And so you can go to download the images. Definitely don't use just something off of Google, because you will get, there's copyright in there. But generally Pixabay and a lot of the others will have free images that you can use without getting in trouble with copyright. So link in the description to my favorites for each section. So you can either go and search through this section, or you can go directly to those and start using them. It's really awesome. And I also have a challenge workbook that I put together. You can sign up for it. It's free. And that's down below as well. So if you found this useful, be sure to give it a like. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.